What is up, guys? This is Tyron here, and yeah, welcome to another traffic talk. Today's one is a bit late for a couple of reasons. First off, as you'll also notice, I don't have Donovan in the car to do the intro. I had a recording that I did do this morning, but unfortunately I couldn't use that one for various reasons. And yeah, I am currently on my way back from some meetings that I've had today for work. So yeah, I thought let me try and squeeze this in while I've got some time. I do also apologize, this camera might seem a little bit different in terms of the angle. That's also because I'm not in my normal vehicle. So moving on from all of that stuff, today we're going to talk about IRL, the phrasing IRL. Those of you who don't know what that means, it means in real life. I was having a conversation with someone about this yesterday, and what I was saying to that person is, how do we measure what is considered reality and like true relationships these days, considering the fact that you can have this IRL in real life and you can have this online life thing, which is obviously what IRL distinguishes between. And I was saying, so like in terms of virtual reality, right? So this is where the conversation starts. So this is a very long, big conversation, so I'm only giving you the summarization of it. But in VR, right, when you have a VR suit on, when you're interacting in a VR environment or an online environment, if I could invent a suit that when you put it on, so Ready Player One style, if you haven't seen that movie or read the books, well, if you haven't read the books, there's a movie coming out, so you definitely need to check it out. It's a very good story. If I had to invent a suit that if someone punched me on my arm in a video game or in virtual reality and I felt it, how much of that is no longer really reality, or how much of it really is reality? What is real is the question. And you know, we can kind of tie that into a whole bunch of other spaces, but I'm just bringing it back into the space of I think we make a distinguishment between the two, between in real life and an online life, and I think that is somewhat untrue. So my point is, in terms of relationships, I can have a connection, a friendship with someone who I've never met in real life, purely because I've met them online, and that does not take away from that friendship, in my opinion. If you come from a space of, I'm trying to think of a good example. Okay, so here's one. I know of a couple who met playing video games online, and things kind of progressed, and they eventually met IRL in real life, and they married. They got married. The one person moved from one state in America all the way to another state, and yeah, they're quite happy, and that's a good conversation. I mean, you've seen that maybe on Twitter or other places. There are people out there that have had these relationships or friendships that have started purely because of an online basis. I would like to think that I've done that with a few people as well, where I've never met some people online, offline in the real world, because they literally live on the other side of the world in the UK or the US, but I interact with them because of the beauty of social media, because of the fact that we're an online society now, and I can have a good friendship with them. I can help them with things, they can help me with things, we can have good conversations. I think it's a bad way to phrase it. Coming from a space where I see it, where people are like, oh, this person doesn't have any real world friends, this person doesn't have any friends because they spend so much time online. I think that's an unfair statement, because the online space is very much real. Sure, the objection to this is that you don't know what you're going to get. You know, you can go into a chat room and you can meet someone and they might not be who they say they are. Well, truth be told, that's true for real life as well. You know, I could meet someone at work, get on really well with them in a work situation, be friendly with them there, but the whole time they're actually presenting a facade. They're presenting something that they want me to see, and then in a completely different setting, they could be a complete nutcase. And the same thing is in, that's kind of the argument. It's the same thing in the the space of like the internet and social media, you can meet someone who presents themselves to be doing super well and being super happy. Someone, you know, presenting themselves, going through all these fancy places, whatever, on Instagram, whatever it might be. And when you meet them in real life, they're nowhere near that type of person. Maybe they're a lot more negative. I mean, you could have experiences where you meet someone or you speak to someone online and they're super friendly and super happy because it's all in a very public setting. But as soon as you have to try and interact with them in a real world situation, they're a lot more standoffish, a lot more distant. I'm not thinking of anyone in particular. I'm just using this as an example before someone thinks I'm like sub-tweeting, sub-videoing them, whatever you want to call it. I'm not talking about anyone in particular, but that might be true. Some people might be very standoffish in real life, but super friendly online. But the reality is that doesn't take away from real friendships. You can chat to someone online, strike up a friendship over the fact that you enjoy things, that you have things in common, and that can be as real a friendship as someone that you meet in a real world situation. I like the phrasing. So the phrase IRL, meaning in real life, because it makes the distinguishment. I once watched a documentary and the person insisted in not using the phrase in real life, and he used the phrase AFK, which, if you don't know what that means away from keyboard. So he was making the distinguishment that my life online and my life offline are the same thing. I'm having an interaction with someone online, I'm having an interaction with someone AFK, but I'm still going to be genuine. That was kind of the point of that particular statement, and I think that's helpful. Do you find, this is a question for you guys watching this, do you think you have to act a certain way online so that people will like you, or do you think there's a lot of fake people there? What would you say the ratio is? Do you think there's more fake people online than there is in real life? I personally feel that it's the same. The same type of interaction can exist with someone who I've met offline or someone that I've met online. I'm going to treat you the same. I'm going to give you the same type of respect and level of friendship. And if I ever meet certain people outside of the social media online space, I'm going to be friendly to them. If I ever meet someone online that I know offline, I'm going to treat them exactly the same. Yeah, so that's kind of just my thinking. This has been a bit of a short video, I think, which is good. I am thinking of maybe I am considering some different ways to do these videos. So yeah, let me know if you like a short like this, short and sweet, just talking about how you think IRL world, the AFK space, this real world that I'm currently driving around. By the way, it's very hot, I'm dying. Or online. Do you think there should be a distinguishment between the two, besides the fact that yes, you got to just be, I think in both spaces you just need to be careful with how you're interacting with people. What do you think would be the key differences between someone that you meet in the real world, AFK, or someone that you meet online? Yeah, let's talk about that below. If you like this video, guys, like I said, nice and short and sweet, share it with your friends. I'd be interested to hear what you guys have to say about this whole idea of distinguishing realities between online and offline. So let's talk about that down below. Let's get your friends involved. Sharing is caring. I will see you guys in another video sometime soon. If you like, you can click my face and you can subscribe to my channel, because I talk about things like this and play games and all sorts of fun things. So click my face now, and you can be part of the guys that get my notifications. So click my face, click the like button, and I will see you guys in another video soon. Promise. You can go now. Okay, go. Shoot. Bye. Shoot.